What's up, guys? Alexander Nilsson here, and it's time for yet another weekly live stream. The Fear Rant, aka Tea Time with Alex. Today we got three flavors. We got the licorice, we got the cardamom fennel anise, and we got the coconut with some green tea, topped up with a bit of coconut oil. I'm sick and I'm kind of having an identity crisis, and that is going to be the topic of the day. This short little stream where I let you in on what the heck is going on. Hopefully it's relatable. Hopefully it's a story that can give you some insights as well. A story that only tells details about my life. It doesn't bring anyone anything any good if it doesn't have a universal theme that is applicable, but at least some of your guys' lives. So let's throw ourselves into this Alexander Nilsson's life crisis, or is it? I don't know. But I will let you decide for your own. I just have to check. Hey, we got uslivewe with us. What's up? Nice to have you here. Makes it a whole lot more comfortable. It's not as fun drinking tea when you're on your own. I hope your week challenges has gone well. This little warrior down here in the comments, his channel name is uslivewe. Go check out his content. He's a fear facer for real. Anyways, let's throw ourselves into this. I'm gonna tell my little story of what's going on. I've been sick for 2 weeks now. I actually thought I was on my way back, but turned out I wasn't. Context: I'm a guy, 31 years old, living here in Stockholm. It's a city with 1 million people. I guess it's quite comparable to other cities around the world, at least when it comes to what we expect out of life, how to live, and what we want to get out of it. I guess the theme of the story is living up to our own expectations, and our own expectations today is very colored by the world we're living in. That's at least my reality. Growing up, I've always had these super high demands on myself. Wanted to accomplish just everything. Like my dad is an entrepreneur, has been throughout most of his life, and I guess that really colored off to me and what I wanted to get out of life, and how I put up goals of becoming filthy rich and having all these cars and just like being tremendously successful. And that is also something that has given me drive and energy and willpower to just plow on and put up super high goals and just try to make that happen. Especially after when I started studying to become a mechanical engineer in the university, that was like the real starting point for achieving to get towards real success. And that's almost 10 years ago, and that's at the time where I moved here to Stockholm. And I guess that's where my Alex 2.0 life started, because at that point I started reprioritize life, like fun things, just socializing, free time, playtime, just having fun for the sake of fun. That more and more shrinked. Like growing up, I used to do a lot of computer gaming, just going out with friends, like partying a lot, having fun. That was a big part. But now when the real life started, when I moved to this capital, Stockholm, and university studies took up every minute of my life, and like now it was supposed to start the real life when the shit needed to go down to make all these dreams happen for real. And something shifted in my mind on how to approach and how to prioritize. And that in itself, I mean, I like that life. It's fun, after a while, just what you do becomes reality. If it doesn't change, if like this is the way you live, you accept that, and that's, you necessarily don't suffer from not having fun because you're just having fun in what you're doing, or at least that's your only frame of reference. And I mean, at least for the last 3 years after university studies, starting to work, starting with this YouTube channel, and continuing even harder to just maximize life, I have fun. I have fun doing all these things, but it also has its cost. Like, never stop thinking about what you need to do. Like when I watch movies, I choose movies from the context. How can I learn from this movie? Okay, I'm doing videos right now. It's in the context of this thing. That means if I choose this movie to watch during the weekend, I can pick up on things and I can learn from that. Like if I'm reading this book right now, that means I need to learn things in this area. In my work, everything is related to how I can maximize and grow. It's never this just free, totally free time of doing things just because it's fun. Or fun, just, I'm logging off from constantly being forced or choosing to do something that will take you towards your goals. For me, I've actively chosen that, and I have thought that to be super, and that's my way of living, and it's fun. That's how I've chosen to live life. But maybe now I'm coming down to this whole identity crisis. Maybe this is messing me up. Maybe I've fucked myself up. I don't know. But this is part of my identity crisis. That's part of why I'm, throughout these last couple of 2 weeks when I've been sick, or at least for the last week when I've been sick, been like the most scared I've been in like a very long time. I went to the doctors last in the beginning of this week because my boss and my colleagues, they thought that maybe me getting sick again, because I got sick just before my vacation in the beginning of June, like the same kind of symptoms. I have a headache and I'm dizzy, and it's like very not so energy filled. I do still have the power to laugh. But so they sent me to the doctors, and I described my symptoms and my situation, how much I work, and but I don't feel stressed, because they were thinking maybe you're getting exhausted, maybe are about to hit the wall here, Alex. But I am still to a great extent convinced that I just caught a bad cold, and it won't leave me alone. Even though it's been 2 weeks now and I still feel bad, I have believed that it's just a bad cold. But the doc told me that you probably have symptoms as a result of you pushing yourself way too hard for way too long. I mean, you've been living like this for 10 years now, and if you don't find balance in what you do, your body is gonna eventually quit on you. And the thing is, I've listened to people since the last 3 years when I got out in the working context. I met a lot of people that has gone through this and hit the wall and stuff like that. And I've told myself that's not going to happen to me. I'm smarter about this. I'm not stressed because I don't feel stressed. I'm just energized and have fun. But the doc told me that maybe this is science. This is sign of your body shutting down because you need to chill the fuck out. And that's part of what has led me to this identity crisis. Am I not supposed to live the way I have? Do I need to? Am I fucking myself up here because I have this ambitious goal of becoming at least 130 years old, and it's like that in itself is like quite the goal to get to. But does that mean I have to reshape the way I live, the way I am? It's two-part answer. One part, yes, I do need to change things. Even if maybe this isn't the case. Maybe the doc is telling me that, yeah, you're having these symptoms. Maybe it's just because I've caught a bad cold, and that's what's messing me up here. But just maybe it might be so that my body is telling me something. And whether if that is the case or not, I'm gonna take this opportunity. I am taking this opportunity to seriously look over how I'm living my life and how I can improve it, because this is scary as fuck. But the thing is, when we're scared, when there's an emotional impact, we also have this incredible power to utilize to make change happen. It's like when we hit rock bottom, it feels like shit, but that also gives us like thrust energy to make change happen. So I'm sitting here with this identity question of who I am and how I'm supposed to live my life, being a bit lost. But whether I am like, whether my body is stressed, messed up or not, I'm gonna take these opportunities to seriously change the way I am living. Just looking at models that work and see how I can still live a productive and a very energetic and like a life that is really, maximizing life, but I'm not good at doing it. I am having so many projects and I'm doing a lot of things at the same time. We, you, us live. Fun versus responsibility, that's how I see it, but responsibility gives meaning to life. Exactly. We have a responsibility to follow our dreams and to do what is needed to take us towards our dreams, because that gives us meaning, that gives us fun, joy, excitement, that gives us, life. But we also have a responsibility towards ourselves to do that in a sustainable way. If I sprint like all the way up to 35 and then I'll just poof die because I wasn't responsible about how I was managing my resources, then I won't have that life I want to have. I mean, we have to be smart about it. The strategy, the plan to reach our goals doesn't only concern to like the actual reaching of the goal. It means that we need to have a long-term plan that will be able to carry us all the way throughout that goal and to the next one and to the next one and to the next one. So my point is, whether it's the case or not that this is me needing to change, I'm taking this opportunity. You should take opportunities that are emotional to you to look at what you're doing and see how you can improve. because in some sense this is a failure right now. I'm sick for some reason, but you can always make failures be worth it. I'm glad. I'm glad that this is happening to me, because that means I'm glad this failure is all over me and is scaring the shit out of me. I'm facing fears right now because it's scary, and I'm glad it's happening, because through the fear facing we grow. Through the emotional earthquakes we change if we choose to, and I choose to change from this experience. I've started the beginning of this change process. Now I need to figure out a plan to make myself last through throughout all my years. I guess that's the theme and the point of this story. Don't be stupid about it. Fun time, playtime, that is going to be a key factor for me moving forward here. I need to learn how to check out. I need to learn how to focus on one thing at a time, and I need to be able to shut down things when it's not their time. I need to be able to have playtime, fun time, because it's also part of life. And I need to have that. We need to have that with friends. That is one of the key. I mean, if I look holistically on what has happened throughout the last 10 years, is that my social life has like decreased so much. Fun time can be combined with socializing with friends. I've lost a lot of friends throughout the last years because I've neglected that part. We need to make time happen with our friends, and we should laugh and share and connect. Not only with strangers. Strangers is the easy solution to me because that's a quick fix. But we need to bond and connect with our friends and laugh with them. That was the little thing I had to tell. Gosh, I literally have the same challenge. Tell me, why is that? Do you also feel the external pressure? I mean, the world we're living in today, the pressure, I mean, I put a lot of pressure on myself in my young years. But it's the world, all the external pressure from social media, everybody's perfect. It's not easy to accept like a regular life in the surroundings we are in. Everything we hear, everything we take in is, again, especially as personal developers who constantly work on taking in information and how to improve ourselves, we are so exposed to the constant growth. And I'm guilty of that myself. I mean, my content, it's all about that, but the balance still needs to be there. We need to accept and love ourselves just the way we are, but that acceptance doesn't hinder us from moving forward, but we can move forward in a smarter way, not just rushing and bashing and just. It's the difference between working harder and working smarter. That's besides that, it actually hasn't been that much of a fear facing this week. One funny thing, one little anecdote that happened at the doctor's place is that since I'm so addicted to working out, it's like something that gives me so much energy. At the doctor's office, I told him, okay, so you think I'm quite alright? I can work out and get back to these things again. And he said, yeah, you can work out again. Just listen to your body and stop when you feel that you need to stop. So after having been home for a week, haven't done any workout. This was Wednesday, like in the afternoon. I went to the doctor's in the morning, and in the afternoon I went to the gym because the doctors had told me, yeah, you can go to the gym, because I felt good. So I went in there and had this amazing killer gym session. Felt really strong. Like, yeah, I'm back in business. Like, because when you've been sick, you can easily get caught in this rut, and it's like feels like you're just like mentally still sick, but maybe your body just haven't restarted yet. But so I had this really great session at the gym. Felt strong. Decided to go to work the day after. Woke up, felt all right, and I went to work. Had a lot of conversations with people about my situation, and it was really nice to be to be back, and felt good about it. But after lunch, my body just started falling, falling down, and the headache started to come and started to freeze, and it's like I was a mess towards the end of the day. I was a wreck. So yesterday I had to be home again, and today I'm feeling worse. And like, am I sick or am I having like stress symptoms? I don't know. That's not the point here. That's not the point. The point is that I will learn from this experience, and I already told you that. Sorry for repeating myself. But it's hard because I listen to right now I'm reading the book Can't Don't Hurt Me or Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, and he's just this killer uh, ex Navy SEALs guy that just has this. His mindset is like he can do whatever. I mean, the guy ran on 2 broken legs throughout a whole week in the military camp, and it's just insane. And I listen to this book, and I hear these stories, and like, fuck yeah, I can do whatever. I'm so like right now I could easily go down to the gym and just have this killer session again, but my body doesn't want me to, and it's like I have to hold myself back here because I have so much I want to do and give, but I need to pause. That's why this whole identity crisis is so all over me. How can I know what I can do and what I can't do when I feel like I can do whatever? But then I crash. And then fuck. Yeah. uslivewe says, I think it's because I don't accept my level and I want to make believe that I am at a higher level. It's like making a fake identity, and so I work so hard to escape the reality. Yeah, totally. Uh, I feel it's. I'm not accepting. I mean, I tell myself, like I just said, I tell myself daily that I love myself and accept myself just as I am. And on a deep level, I know I do, but on an even deeper level, I know I don't, because I'm not where I want to be. Like when I was in my early 20s, and I thought about Alex, 31 years old, man, this guy was rich as I don't know what, like these huge palaces, all these cars. I mean, I seriously had those dreams, still have, but they're not as they're not as like vital. I know they're different things to life that is important, but subconsciously I feel off. I'm not a place where I wanted to be. Like, am I a disappointment to myself? Am I a fraud? Am I living in a bubble that will never come true? And how can I truly love myself if I'm not living up to my own goals? Like, I have to fundamentally accept that these things aren't like the point of it all. Like, being proud of myself and what I can do, but mostly like I can accomplish whatever I set my mind to, and just adapt and be great. I mean, it's so hard. It's so hard when we have this contrast between what we want us to be and what we are. But we should use it as energy and drive, as I have. Again, it is a great driving factor to make our goals happen. I'm really not saying give up on your dreams and your goals. Heck no, I'm never going to do that. But don't stress out about not being there yet. And I mean, it's so easy to say I'm going to have all these goals, make happen, but the execution, it's never going to be as easy. That's the hard part. And we can learn and adapt and we can change and come up with better strategies, but we can't blame ourselves. We can't put like the life pressure of being failures just because it didn't happen. We still have future ahead. We still have the future ahead of us. We still can make great epic things happen, but we can't make them happen if we don't do it in a smart way. We still have this amount of resources. I mean, okay, so I didn't reach my goal. It's not because I didn't work enough hours to get there. It's because I fucked up with my strategy. Like right now, I have 6 or 7 projects I want to make happen. I want all of them to make happen, and I try to make all of them happen like on the same time. I jump between that and that and that and that, and that's draining my energy. It's stressing me, of course, because I'm trying to make all these things happen. The problem is that I'm having the wrong approach, the wrong strategy to get to my goals. That's the learning. That's why I'm not where I'm at. That's why I need to change that. I need to pick like 2 or maybe 1 of these things. And that's the most important thing. I can't do magic. You can't do magic. You have to prioritize what's most important to you and then figure out a strategy that might take you there, but being willing to adapt to make it happen. You can't just start with the strategy and say, I'm going to have 100 millions in 1 year, and then shoot yourself out of depression because you didn't get 100 millions just because you had a shitty strategy. Follow up, do weekly evaluations, adapt, and make it happen in a different way if it isn't happening. I'm listening and learning by myself here. Uslive says, I don't accept where I am, so I run away from it by stopping working on myself. That's exactly what I've come to realize this week too. It's like it's easy to work. It's easy because then we're working on the same strategy, and because it's a strategy, it may work, but it may not work. That's why this pause and reflect is so important. But it's scary. It's scary to stop. It's actually more easy to just continue to work on. A hard worker, like a Chinese worker in a factory working 12 hours, 16 hours every day, 7 days a week, he's not becoming rich just because he's a hard worker. The strategy is the issue here. It's easy, it's lazy to just keep working. I'm a hard worker, but I'm fucking lazy because I don't take the resources to adapt. When I started to accept myself, I actually started to feel gratitude to myself when I did small fear-facing challenges. I had to accept that I was on a much lower level than I thought I was. And that's also super important. When we look at the book, The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem by Nathaniel Brandon, the first pillar is the practice of self-acceptance. That means getting real with yourself, accepting where you really are at, the reality, not living a dream, because you can't change until you accept your current state. I can't. It's like, as I said, I can go down to the gym and have the most killer workout, and I can do that for 10 more days, but it won't get me stronger because that would mean I don't accept that I need to rest. You need to accept your reality. so you can change your reality. Self-awareness. Or actually, the first pillar is self-awareness, self-conscious, pausing, so you then, the second pillar, self-acceptance. Consciousness, having a high level of consciousness, being self-aware, what is going on. Second pillar, accept. Accept what is happening. Third pillar, responsibility, the practice of responsibility, taking responsibility, changing what needs to be changed. Okay. Can you talk more about self-acceptance? Well, it is straightforward. It is looking yourself at the mirror and accepting exactly who you are. It means if you are feeling emotions, you accept those emotions. If you're like right now, I'm feeling a bit sad. I'm feeling about what I just talked about. I feel sad about it. I feel a bit like failure. That's emotions I have within. And I don't try to push them away. I accept them. And then I can still say that even though all that is feelings within me, I still love myself and I'm still gonna change things. It's just not lying to yourself, being real. And emotions can be decisive. They can trick you because we have emotions that may not be grounded in reality. But if we accept them, then we can journal about them. We can talk to ourselves about them, and maybe come to reason that they don't make sense, or maybe they do. It's like just when you wake up in the morning and you feel like not going to work, accepting that emotion, like I don't want to go to work today, but I'm gonna do it anyway because that's the kind of person that I am. I do what's hard because that's the characteristic that is important to me. That is the method, the strategy that will take me towards my goals. I do what is hard, but it doesn't mean that you can't accept what is happening. Acceptance, then making change happen. It's not that much else to say to it. And I can put the link. You said you read the book, and I think it's a great book to just go back to. The chapters are very short. Like the audiobook is on YouTube, and the 6 chapters, the 6 pillars, I think they're like 1.5 hour maybe totally. So I often go back and just listen to them to repeat what is happening. It's really good. It's a really good book. It's a really good framework to look at your life and how to approach it. But just reading a book once, if it's a book that spoke to you, this book really spoke to me, you need to apply it. You need to really take in and put what's working for you in your life. I'm starting to get a bit dizzy here, I feel. I used up all my oxygen for this stream. I know that uslive says that the audiobook isn't the full book. It isn't, but I've read both the full book and the audiobook, and I think that the part that is in the audiobook is good enough for the repetition part, because it goes through the pillars there, and those are the ones that has given me the greater value. I think it's also power to not overwhelming yourself with too much information, and that's the gist of it. But as you say, definitely buy it. I have mine. I don't know where mine is, but it's so worth that money. Okay, that's gonna be the end of it. I need to. I don't know. I can't do this. My energy just ran out. Thank you for joining me. And go check out uslivewe's channel. He's putting up a lot of content there, which may speak to you. It may not. My content may speak to you. It may not. It's all about connection. Do we connect? Do we not connect? I mean, what I say here is not perfect. It is full of. I mean, I can barely speak English clearly enough grammatically to be understood, but I do it because, well, maybe I have gotten proof that some of you connect with me, and hence I keep sharing. We're all unique human beings. The most awesome, like, personal developer coach in the world, like me, maybe like I don't know, sell billions of dollars of goods. He may not connect with you because you can't relate to him or her. Maybe you can relate to me. Maybe you can relate to uslivewe's channel. You just have to look around. It's also about being part of something, feeling that you are doing you're aligning on with each other's life goals. Way up there. My name is Alexander Nilsson. I'm smiling, I'm happy, but I have some shit to deal with, and so do you. But I'm glad for that. That's what will make us iterate. That is what will make us change, improve, and enjoy life. Having fun. That's a key part in my life moving forward. Thank you. I wish you have a great weekend. Thanks for joining. See you when I don't know if there's gonna be a Sunday video. I just don't know right now. Maybe not. Ciao.